Well, y'all, we had some good weather in Chicago today. It's about 60 degrees this morning, and I'm pretty excited about this day that the Lord has made, and I think I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it, because this is a day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice. Thank you, man of God. Thank you. I appreciate your humble kindness. Thank you so much. All right, stop, car. Stop now. I got you on camera. Now you better stop for the man of God. This is a day that the Lord has made. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Good to see everybody. Come on, y'all. Come on in. Let's talk about... I'm excited, man. Last week I was hitting on relationships the whole week. So I'm excited to get back to just talking principles and just encouraging you. And yeah, y'all, I'm singing. I sing every morning, all right? And so James 4:3, man, James 4:3, he says, you have not, because when you ask with wrong motives, because you want to spend what you have on your own pleasure. I want to talk about the key to getting what you want every single time. And I preached a message that kind of goes along with this. Talking about, do you love God or do you lust God? And I believe one of the things that we have to understand about God is that he knows us better than we know ourselves. And there's anything that makes me want to submit myself to that kind of a God is the fact that he knows me. He knows me. And guys, my greatest weakness with humans is when a person begins to know me and understand me, which is why we have to guard our hearts from people. Because when a person begins to understand you and know you, they have the ability to now manipulate you. That's why you have to be careful about who you allow into the deepness and the crevices of your secrets and who you are as a person. And because once a person begins to understand how you operate, how you think, how you process, how you do what you do, what matters to you, what's important to you, the things that make you tick, the things that make you excited, the things that make you angry, the things that make you upset. You got to be careful about who knows you, because the moment that a person understands you and has access to who you are as a person, now that person has the ability to now use that for either good or bad. So that's why the Bible says to guard your heart above all else, because it is the wellspring of life. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we must come back to that place of understanding that before anybody knew us, God knew us, because he's the one that formed us. And so God forms you. God knows you. And one of the things that we must understand about God's ability to know us is also his ability to really discern and to prick through our motives. Motives are something that are so powerful. And I believe it is like, man, I'm blown away by motives, because sometimes we don't even know our own motives. And we have to literally be like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we have to stay submitted to God. But motives are the key to getting what you want every single time. Motives are the key, because the Bible says in James 4:3, the reason why you do not have is because your motives are wrong. You can go to God and you can ask him for a thing, but he will be able to know your motive and know if the motive is pure or not in order for you to gain access to it or to get a yes for it. Let me give you guys an example. How many of y'all been following me for the last, man, I don't know. Y'all been following me for a while, that y'all know that this is my last week at work, right? That I'm journeying out, full-time entrepreneur. We're opening a new website. We got some new things we're launching this year. And so by faith, we've saved up enough money for me to be able to have enough on reserve to make an educated, intelligent, and wise decision for me to leave my job. My wife is at home as well, taking care of Harvest, so us to be home full time. Y'all know I've been working part-time as for our local school, for our city school system, working with high school dropouts, since I've been back in Chicago for about 6 months, right? And I've been very diligent. I love what I do. I love the students I work with. So when I told them about a month ago that, hey, I'm making this decision to step out, that this is now the Lord's, really kind of giving us a peace, and we're in a place right now, and I want to give you guys a month in advance that I will be leaving And they were very, very sad, you know, and they immediately began to interview, searching. Well, last week they sat me down and they said, hey, we can't find anyone. And we really want to see what does it take to keep you until we do. And y'all, just to be transparent, I'm coming home every day with 4, 5, 6 hours worth of work. And the reason why I'm stepping out is because I have so much work to do, and my family is beginning to sacrifice. My family is beginning to suffer because of how much work I have to do. And it's beginning to put a strain on my family time and me being a good husband and a good father. And I told them, I said, guys, it's not about the money. Like, it's becoming an inconvenience for me because I'm not having time with my family. And they said, well, what is it going to take? And I said, man, I'll be honest, like, you know, I would need, you know, I'm just throwing it out there, like 2 days, I can maybe come in 2 days a week, you know, I in my spirit was just ask, you know, I'll come in 2 days out of the week, but, you know, I would want to get paid the same amount of pay. I don't want my pay to change. And I was like, and I don't want to be arrogant. I'm not trying to sound prideful. I said, it has to be worth my time, you know, and I said, I'm sorry. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to process it, and we're going to send it up to the big boss and see what he says. Guys, they called me yesterday. And they're like, hey, Jamal, it's approved. They're saying you can come in 2 days a week, and they're going to still continue to pay you the same amount of pay, which basically means they're doubling my pay because I'm coming in 3 days less, and I'm still getting paid the same amount of money like I'm here 5 days a week. And I was like, no, you weren't supposed to say yes. I was just supposed to throw that out there. I was supposed to just throw it out. Like, that was more of hey, you know what I'm saying? If this happens, whatever. You wasn't supposed to say yes. And I literally was like, they were like, well, I mean, you know, and God's saying, and I'm like, and I looked at God, I'm like, oh my gosh, how many times have we missed out on something only because we really didn't assess why are we doing it? And yes, y'all, I believe, yes, 100% favor, but it's also because I have kept my motives here in my job. I've kept my integrity pure. I've kept my heart pure. I've served this place. I've given them everything that I have. I'm seeing results. I'm not coming in, you know what I'm saying? And so what I'm encouraging you is whatever you're doing, remember, please, you never know when you're going to have to make a request. Wherever you are, you never know when you're going to have to make a request. And when your request is made, it's going to fall back on your integrity. It's going to fall back on your past. It's going to fall back on how you've operated before, which will gain access for your request to be granted. It's going to fall back on your ability to see and say and do what you've already done and what you've already accomplished. Please continue to keep your motives pure. Watch your character. Watch why you're doing what you're doing. Watch why you're saying what you're saying. Watch how you're interacting with your employees. Watch how you're interacting with your friends. Keep your motives pure. Continue to keep your heart at a place where you're here to serve. Keep your motives pure, and I guarantee you, when it comes time to make a request, your request will get passed because the hand of God is on you, and your heart is not to be deceitful, not to be manipulative, not to be condescending, not to be negative, not to be greedy. I wasn't being greedy. I told them that my motive was legitimately, if I came in for 2 days a week and I still got paid the same amount of pay, you guys would try to keep me for forever, and I can't allow that. So I need more money to put the pressure on y'all to find somebody else. That's why I did it. So now they're gonna pay me more. They're paying me this same amount of money, but now they got the pressure to find somebody else. My motive was pure, man. My motive was pure. And so I'm telling y'all, please, my encouragement this morning to you is, what are your motives for the things that you do? Question every single time. Go meditate on James 4:3. See the principle that God has given us in our word. See the principles he's laid out. And one of the things that he cares a lot about is your motives. All right, guys, I love you. Blessings to you. So the way it works is basically, it looks like I'll be here. I'll be here Mondays and Wednesdays. But I'm off Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and I'll be fully focusing in on our business to grow that. And then as well, once they do find someone, I'll step off full time. But until they find someone, I have a co-teacher, someone who co-teaches with me. So she will handle my classroom while I'm out and while I'm gone. So just continue to be faithful. And just put that in there. I will continue to be faithful. I will continue to be faithful in the chat room. And I will continue to be faithful. And just watch God work and watch God do it. And so I will continue to be faithful, man. That's what it's all about. It's faithfulness and having that. Just continue to be. I will continue to be faithful. I know it's hard. I know it's sometimes discouraging, and sometimes it can get a little like, how can I handle this much? Guys, I love you all. Be blessed.